Hi there. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is Julie DiMatteo from thepaperpixie.com, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US. And in this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this mini Toblerone treat box. Inside this box is a mini Toblerone chocolate bar, and it's just a really cute little treat holder. I do want to give credit to fellow demonstrator Tatiana Frolinger. I did not see any measurements on her blog, so I got busy figuring out all the different measurements. And I've seen similar projects to this, but in larger sizes from both Linda Parker and Sam Donald, also known as Poodles. And this is a really fun box to make, so let me show you how to do it. We're going to start with a piece of crumb cake cardstock that measures 3.5 inches by 4.25 inches. You can get 6 of these out of an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. And along the 3.5 inch side, we're going to score this at 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to make a little tick mark at the 1.5 inch point. I'm just taking the ball tip of my stylus and pressing down at 1.5 inches. And I'm going to flip the paper over and do the same thing at 1.5 inches, just so that we have these little tick marks right here on our cardstock. Then I'm going to rotate it clockwise, and I'm going to go ahead and score this at 1 inch and 3.25 inches. And then this next step is completely optional, but if you wanted to mark score lines where we're going to cut some tabs, I'll show you a template in a moment. I switched it back to the 3.5 inch side, and we're going to score this at 5/8 of an inch, but just down to that first score line, and then 2 3/8 down to that first score line. Then I'm going to flip it and do the same thing. So at 5/8, just down to that first horizontal score line, and 2 3/8 down to that first horizontal score line. Those are just going to give us some guides to cut the paper. Now next I'm going to come in, let me bring in the template really quickly. We're going to create these diagonal score lines here. So where we made those tick marks at 1.5 inch, we're going to use the ruler and the ball tip of our stylus and score on the diagonal down to the intersection of these score lines here. So I'm just going to line up my ruler, the ball tip of my stylus where I want it to start, and then go ahead and score on the diagonal. I'm going to do that on both sides. Okay, now I've done those diagonal score lines. So next we're going to go ahead and fold and burnish on all the score lines that go all the way across the paper. All right, now we're going to go ahead and cut away some pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and starting on this bottom section here, I'm going to bring in my paper snips and I'm going to cut up these vertical score lines, stopping at the first horizontal score line. Let's go ahead and do that. And then where we made that little short score line, I'm going to go ahead and cut that corner away. I'll do that on both sides. So you're going to see that we're kind of starting to form these tabs here. Now I'm going to come in on the opposite side, like so, and I'm going to cut up those vertical score lines to the second horizontal score line. And I'm cutting just to the left of the score line, just to give the box a nice finish. We pretty much want to remove those score lines that we made. And then we'll come in and cut again on those short score lines. You can eyeball those. You don't have to do those score lines. And that's just really to remove some of the bulk of the paper as we put the box together. Now, since these are tabs, we want to come in and notch those in. All right, and then last, we can just fold backwards on those diagonal score lines. You don't need to burnish, but you certainly can if you'd like to. And then before we start to glue this together, the last thing we're going to do is round the edges of this little 1/2 inch section here. And I'm going to do that with the detailed trio punch. I'm just going to kind of fold these sections in so we have a flat edge there to use with the punch guide. And I'm going to go ahead and round those corners. Like so. Okay, so now our cardstock looks like the template. And I will have a picture of this on my detailed blog post. So now we're going to go ahead and glue this box together. I'm going to take some liquid glue and I'm going to put glue right on these tabs. We're going to do one at a time. And I'm basically lining up this score line with this cut edge to form the box corners. Okay, now that the box is put together, I just kind of pinch on those diagonal score lines. We'll go ahead and put our mini Toblerone. And then that box will be a perfect fit for that little tiny chocolate. Look how cute this box is. All right, let's go ahead and decorate it now. I've got a piece of All My Love Designer Series paper that measures 1.5 inches by 3.5 inches, and it's just enough to work as a belly band. So I'm going to just dry fit this, and this is the back of our triangle box here. I'm going to line up this edge right along the bottom of the back there. Then I'm just going to go ahead and fold it on each of the corners of the box. I'm not wrapping it too tight because we do want this to be able to slide on and off. Then I've just kind of put some folds in there. Now I'm going to grab some tear and tape adhesive. I'm going to place that along the back of this larger section here, right up to the edge. And then we can wrap this around the box. So I'll bring up that bottom edge here and then fold this one into place. All right, so that should slide on and off pretty easily. You may have to break it in a little bit, but it'll work really well. Okay, and then we're gonna wrap it with some ribbon. Now this is the All My Love combo pack of ribbon. We're gonna use this beautiful wider, lovely lipstick. And I'm gonna cut about a 7-inch strip of the ribbon. Now next, to hold the ribbon into place, I'm just going to grab a couple of mini glue dots, stick those onto the bottom center of our little belly band here. That's just going to make sure the ribbon stays put when the recipient slides the belly band off. So I've just put 2 glue dots in the center of the bottom panel. Then I'm just going to set this on top of the ribbon, kind of trying to center it on the ribbon, but we do have a little bit of extra length, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And then that's going to stay put on the bottom of our belly band. And now I'm going to come in with some Whisper White Baker's Twine, and I'm going to cut again about 7 inches. And then we're just going to tie a little bow. This is probably the hardest part of the whole project, just trying to get this to stay put, but I do have a little trick for you. Kind of get it started while the lovely lipstick ribbon is loose. And we'll start to loosely tie the first knot. And you'll be able to tighten this just a little bit more, but I'm going to go ahead and tighten that first knot as much as I can. And then I'm just going to tie this in a full knot first before we tie the bow. And that just makes sure that everything stays tight while we tie the bow, like so. And then we'll go ahead and tie a little bow. Okay, we'll cut both ends at the same time. Now I don't want them to be too long because I do want to make sure that we can see our sentiment. And then what we can do is cut this ribbon at an angle. And then as you kind of separate these, you'll see that it's going to tighten that baker's twine and the ribbon wrap nicely. Oh, so cute. All right, let's do a little bit of stamping. I'm going to use the double stamp set Itty Bitty Greetings, and we're going to use the sentiment Forever and Always, but this is a great all occasion set, and it works really well with the classic label punch. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp this in lovely lipstick. Then I'm going to come in with the classic label punch. I'm going to center that sentiment in the punch. And then we're going to feed this punch out back in. And I'm just going to cut out this little diamond shape to give these some flagged banner ends. So just like so. And you'll see we have that cute banner end. We'll do the same thing to the other side. And that just gives that classic label punch a whole lot of versatility. I'm going to pick up 2 of our mini Stampin' Dimensionals. Place those on either end of the banner. And then this will just lay right over the top of that lovely lipstick ribbon. How cute is that? So much fun to make. This is great for all different occasions. This has a little bit of a Valentine's theme or a wedding theme, but would be super cute as party favors for birthdays, baby showers, wedding showers, you name it. And I love those little mini Toblerones. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my next video. If you're interested in purchasing any of the Stampin' Up! Products I used today, they'll be linked in the description. And I'll also include a link to my detailed blog post with all project measurements, details, and a picture of the template. I'd love to have you come visit me at thepaperpixie.com, where I post projects every weekday to inspire you. I have options to subscribe to both my monthly newsletter as well as my daily blog updates, and I'd love to welcome you as a new subscriber. You can shop with me anytime at thepaperpixie.com/shop. And if you're interested in earning a discount on your Stampin' Up! Purchases, I'd love to have you join my team of paper pixies, and you can purchase the starter kit at thepaperpixie.com/join. During the months of January, February, and March of 2019, there's a great starter kit deal where you can get $175 worth of product for $99, or you can also get a really cool craft and carry tote included with $175 worth of product for $129. So 2 great deals to join, and it's one of the best decisions I've ever made. I'd love to talk to you about it if you're interested in joining my team. Thanks again for watching. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Take care. Bye.